DK, what the hell? You already reviewed this figure. Yeah, well, that review fucking sucks, and this figure deserves way better. So, hello, buddy, DK Guillotine here, and welcome to the very first ever re-review on my channel. This is going to be a brand new review for Kingdom Huffer, because Kingdom Huffer is so much better than he's so much better than he deserves a better review than that piece of garbage review I made for him. So here's how this is gonna work. That old review, I'm gonna leave that old review up for today, while this video is up for this day. So if you're really curious and you want to see a garbage review of this figure, you can go check that out. But after this day, I am deleting that old review, and this will be the actual review of Kingdom Huffer. And I'm not saying I'm not gonna make it private. I am just gonna delete that video from existence, because yeah, garbage video. So here is the real review for Kingdom Huffer. Let's get into this. So, Kingdom Huffer is absolutely awesome. Taking a look at him right here, he is really wonderful representation of G1 Huffer. You can see they really got the head sculpt very nicely. Nice silver paint in there, the blue eyes. I apologize for him not really focusing all that well. Come on, focus in on him. Focus in on him. Give him the spotlight. Yeah, you can see that nice silver paint. Blue eyes right there, nice Autobot logo, lots of nice paint on the torso. You can see he's got that piece on the crotch plate, nice paint right there on the torso. His arms are all painted in silver. I will say I do wish that his hands were also painted in the same silver, because that's how he looked in G1, but a minor complaint. I'll go ahead and remove his accessories. We'll talk about those in just a second here. But yeah, I do wish that the hands were painted in the same silver paint as the arms right there. Moving down to the legs are rather nice. They are hollow in the back, but the plastic feels very good on it. It doesn't feel cheap like the Earthrise Datsun mold. No hate towards the Earthrise Datsun mold. I like that mold quite a bit, but the legs on that one do feel a little cheap. This one actually feels pretty sturdy overall. However, I do think maybe an upgrade kit could come along and fix that up, and if so, I will definitely be there with money in hand to grab that. But yeah, overall, I think the overall look of Kingdom Huffer here is absolutely wonderful. He does of course have his trademark giant cab on his back, like Huffer has to have in order to be accurate. And if you put it back, you can actually see the wheels right there that are gonna flip down for vehicle mode. So yeah, overall, a really wonderful robot mode. I honestly think they really nailed the robot mode. They did definitely take some liberties with him. I think he's a little beefier, a little swoller than he was in G1 overall. So they did definitely change a couple things about his design, but they're all for the best. I think they really did a great job with Huffer's look here. So yeah, overall look at robot mode, absolutely phenomenal. Now, accessory wise, you get two very cool accessories. You get this really cool little riot shield kind of dealio, and you get this awesome gun that totally looks like the Spartan laser from Halo. Like, seriously, look at that. That is 100% the Spartan laser from Halo, and it is blast effect compatible. And of course, we can arm up our friend here, give him the gun right there. Although his grip in this hand is really loose, but in this one, fits in there nice and snug, like a bug in a rug right there. But you can, of course, armor him up with his weapons right here, and he looks absolutely awesome. He looks like he's ready to do some serious damage to some Decepticons right there, and I absolutely love that. And you can either put in the shield like that and kind of have like those kind of pieces up there, or you can bring it in like this and have it in a more traditional way right there. Overall, I just think it looks really great. So yeah, the accessories are absolutely awesome. For storage, you can only store one on the back at a time because you only have the one port, but you can either store the gun on the back like that, or actually, I just thought of something, you can store the shield on the back right there. And in vehicle mode, the way you use the gun is it actually splits in middle. You can see you have a little slot right there. Stick your fingernail in there and you can actually split this down the middle. And if you want to store both of his accessories, I can't believe I just thought about this, can we just utilize the weapon storage from the vehicle mode? And of course we can. Yes, nothing's stopping us from just using that. So yes, this is how it's going to store in vehicle mode, but you can absolutely make use of that if you'd like to store his accessories in robot mode as well, which is very wonderful. Overall, I think his accessories are actually amazing as long as you don't lose half of the gun. So yeah, I really love the accessories with this dude. Articulation wise, it is, in order to get to the head sculpt, you do kind of have to move the bucket out of the way in order to get in there, but it's on a nice ball joint. You can get some nice movement in there. Arms are really nice. You got some, a little bit bit less than 90 degrees in the arms right there. Legs are pretty good. Nah, you can get about double jointed bend, and you of course have the signature WFC ankle pivot right there. And this piece right here you can also utilize to get some poses out of that as well, because it does fold forward for transformation. So there you go. There you have the articulation. Also, if you want to, you can utilize a transformation joint and actually give him an ab crunch right there if you really want to. That is a transformation joint, but you absolutely can utilize that as an ab crunch if you would like to. So there you go. I think that is just about everything to talk about with Kingdom Huffer in robot mode. For comparison, here he is with another WFC mini bot. This is Warpath. So you can see how it looks with Warpath right there. And overall, I think they're doing a really kick-ass job with these updated mini-bots. I think these are really great. And one more comparison. Here he is with Power of the Prime's Legends Class Beachcomber. And of course, yes, this is a bit outdated. I still like this figure a lot. Beachcomber is my favorite mini-bot. So Hasbro, please give this treatment to Beachcomber. Please, please do it. I will love you so much if you do it. But yeah, there you go. You can see it doesn't really work all that well. I'm pretty sure Beachcomber would be about the same size as Huffer. But hey, it is what it is. I don't hate it or anything. So yeah, there you go. Wanted to show that comparison as well. And one more comparison because pretty necessary. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus Prime right there, and I think that scale is also very, very nice. So there we go. There you have Kingdom Huffer's robot mode. Now for transformation. Overall, transformation is very easy, decently smooth, but let's get into it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to, obviously we don't want to have any ankle pivot going. We're going to plug his legs together just like this, and then we're going to bring the heels. They're going to connect together, and you're going to bring them forward and bring them all the way to the front and peg them in just like that. Then you're going to take the arms here. We're going to fold them back like this, and they're going to untab from the torso. You can see they untab and they bring down like that. So you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Untab it and bring it down just like that. So you have that going on. And then you're going to untab the bucket here, and you're going to use that freaking the ab crunch piece that I showed you. We're going to fold that down, and that is going to allow us to fold out his wheels on either side. So you bring that down, and then you can fold the wheels down from both sides just like that. They firmly lock in place, and then while you're at it, rotate the head around like that, and then bring it back up and peg it back into place. And then you're just going to take the arms here, bring them up, and you're going to rotate them so that they're like this, and then fold in the hand like that. So that's the orientation you want them to have. You want to have them in, and they will also peg in place down here. You can see we have a slot, and that is going to tab in just like that. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side, tab that in, rotate that around, and then fold down the hand just like that. Now bring the bucket in and just collapse that in, and then you have two slots on the arms right there, and those will slot into the cab right there, and just make sure that they're nice and level. And there you go. They have that. Now you're going to take the legs, bring them in, and they will just collapse in and then peg in place right there. And there you have Huffer in his vehicle mode. Now, I have made a modification to my Huffer that I would definitely say will improve him. There are the tabs that lock him together in this mode are right here, and you can see mine have been cut off. And that was actually a perfect thing because those tabs were really keeping it from being a level. Because if you, before I did this, if you tabbed him together, he really kind of looked like this, where he was just kind of broken in half down the middle. It looked really bad overall. But I cut those tabs down, and now that they're so much shorter, they lock in. You can see they actually lock in place right there, and now he actually looks pretty good overall. It's still a little noticeable, but if you really hate it, you can of course just untab it and then bring it down a little bit right there. It's not that big a deal, but overall it is a fixable issue, and I am very happy with the result on my personal copy right here. So there you go. There you have Huffer in his vehicle mode, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. You can see the grill is picked out with some nice silver paint right there. Sorry if it's hard to focus on this thing. But yeah, you can see the grill is picked out in some nice silver paint right there. The blue transparent plastic for the window right there. Absolutely love it. The side, it is very much like kind of shoddy all around here, but not a huge deal. but it is like a little hollow in there. You can totally see it. And then the back right there, and you have the truck bed. It is kind of bad that the hands are just kind of folded out on the back. I will say this doesn't feel quite as refined as most of the WFC Trilogy figures. Like the hands just laying down on the back there. The fact that all this kind of like, if you bring this in and like do how you're supposed to without clipping off the tabs, it just kind of looks really improper. Yeah, this is a little out of the ordinary for the WFC Trilogy figures, but overall not too bad. If you ask me, I think it does look really good. It rolls very, very nicely, which is always wonderful, and yeah, I really like it. Now, weapon storage is really neat for this guy because I already showed you this in vehicle mode, but basically, you take the shield and plug it onto the back right here, and then just like I showed you in robot mode, you can just take the gun pieces here and plug them on to either side of these slots right there, because you see you have a tab and a slot in the gun, and then you slot that right there, and then you have this going on, and this is actually my preferred configuration of the vehicle mode. I love the way this looks overall. Check that out. Nice big ol' pickup truck now, and I really do think it looks really cool. I do kind of wish that maybe this had been smooth instead of this kind of like slots, like, you know what I'm talking about. It's just kind of messy overall. I wish it had been smooth, but overall, I really like what this does to the vehicle mode, what this adds to the vehicle mode overall. So yeah, there you go. There you have Kingdom Huffer's vehicle mode. Another thing though, if you do not put the accessories on, you can actually, of course, have him pulling Optimus Prime's trailer right there, and there you have that. I think that looks very cool as well. So that is another feature with this guy that I think is pretty darn cool. So there you have it. There is everything with Kingdom Huffer. Final thoughts on Kingdom Huffer. I think he is fantastic, honestly. This figure really did kind of have to grow on me, similar to Kingdom Warpath, but overall, I really think they kind of knocked it out of the park with him. There are definitely some things about this figure that I do think could have been better. I wish the hands weren't just like stuck out on the back. Like, there are parts about this figure that don't really feel like they're worthy of the WFC Trilogy's name, but overall, I think he's a wonderful Warpath. I've really fallen in love with this figure. I found myself playing with him so much, fiddling around with him, flipping him back and forth between robot and truck mode. Overall, I think he is fantastic. So there you go, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Definitely get yourself a Kingdom Huffer if you think he looks cool. He will absolutely live up to your hype. Just, you know, I do think that definitely there are definitely things that could have been improved with this figure, but overall, I think he's a fantastic Huffer. So there you go, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like and subscribe for more Transformer content in the future. And with that being said, this is DK Guillotine, signing out.